vowed to root out extremism in the military.
And if confirmed, I will fight hard to stamp out sexual assault and to rid our ranks of racists and extremists. The job of the Department of Defense is to keep America safe from our enemies. But we can't do that if some of those enemies lie within our own ranks.
Some of those enemies are within our ranks. Well, he's right about that, probably thinking of a different group, though. We're now learning that as part of its hunt for extremists, the Pentagon has partnered with Islamic activists, including one attorney who has called for the release of the prisoners at Guantanamo Bay. We're also learning, and things we're learning never really end, that a U.S. Army battalion commander at Fort Carlson reportedly told troops, and we're quoting now, white people are part of the problem. Well, that's healthy. Daniel Greenfield is an investigative journalist who's been on these stories. He joins us tonight. Daniel Greenfield, thanks so much for coming on. What picture of the U.S. military and its leadership does this paint, would you say?
It paints a very unpleasant one from the top down. Bishop Carlson is running the CEWG, which is the Countering Extremism Working Group. This is the organization that Austin has set up in order to create a new definition of extremism, because there's so much talk about extremism. How do you define extremism? This group is going to define that extremism. It's going to screen recruits into the military. It's going to punish them if they lie about their past activities. It's going to be a point of contact for veterans, warning them about extremism. And it's obviously going to regulate who gets into what kind of national security positions. They've actually gotten 18 experts to come in and coordinate with this Countering Extremism Working Group on this definition. Only one of them has a military background. Only 2 of them have a law enforcement background. The vast majority of them are partisan Democrats who have supported Biden. And strangely enough, about a third of them are Muslim or from Islamist groups, 2 of whom appear not to even be United States citizens but have worked with the United Nations.
So these sound like political commissars to me.
That's very much the case. They are going to create a definition of extremism that fits a particular political agenda. Bishop Carlson has already said that we're not going to have any tolerance for this ideology. Then he quickly corrected himself and he's corrected to behavior. But, you know, once you start talking about ideology, beliefs that people in the military can and can't have, that is very much a political commissar. It's the kind of thing that the left was accusing McCarthy of doing in the Army McCarthy hearings. They're going to tell people in the military what kind of beliefs they can have, what they can think, not just what they can do.
You know, maybe at some point someone in the Congress could hold up the military budget over stuff like this. Like, you can't have a politicized military. That's the one thing you can't have.